Welcome to another session of the super fun LLM powered game development. We name our game Ready Agent 1. Um, this is the 21st session. We started all the way from zero, almost near zero from session 1, and this is the 21st session. Today, there will be only myself. Um, we're going to keep building the UI, pick up where we left off last time. So let's get right to it. To just give a quick recap of what we have right now. We have this small weird interface. It looks like kind of stage in here. And on top of that is a summary of the plot. And in this particular case, we are in the alien planet. I mean, I know there's not yet anything that kind of vividly represents the scene, but we're using tetrahedrons to represent objects, and it's like this weird figure to represent, characters inside of the game. But just bear with us. We're going to improve this. Just pretend that this is some kind of pretend play right now, and then there are objects on a sort of like a stage, and then people just kind of, there's a bunch of NPCs, and in this case NPCs are powered by large language models. You see, they started generating conversations and dialogues. It's a little bit slow right now. It's kind of slow, so that's something that we kind of hopefully try to figure out like how to tackle today. But I guess the premise of the story right now, like we give it this kind of seed story in here, as you can see, and then we hope that. Wait, hold on a second. Oh, never mind. I thought I spotted something. Never mind. We we give it this kind of a seed context, and we hope that it will just keep evolving the story on its own, and which it already does. It can kind of progress into chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and just keep going. Okay. Uh, let's take a look here. Like for whatever reason, right now it's super slow. The execution is super slow today. I'm just trying to figure out why. That is a bit of strange. This is not quite right because, okay, give me 1 second to check something in the backend real quick. Looks like my LLM server, I do have my locally running LLM server. Oh, by the way, all of this is being run on fully local LLM. This is like one distinguishing factor of us from like a lot of other applications or games that they kind of try to whoever is building. We're try to keep the whole thing fully local and fully so that you, number one, you don't have to be built by OpenAI or anybody else for like dollar bills. You can just use your idle GPU to play the game. We believe the minimum requirement right now is like 16 gig of VRAM right now. We're just trying to kind of just make it self-contained so that it can just keep running in these parameters. And number two, I guess number two, I guess we just want to make this as widely used as possible, widely played as possible, hopefully. So, by the way, as you can see, did you see that? Okay, there was a little bit of character moving right now. The characters can move on their own, and all those movements are actually produced by large language model as well. So as you can see on top, the plot is actually developing. And what are they doing? So they're moving towards, let me see what they're doing. They're moving. The trio stumbles upon an ancient temple hidden beneath the jungle's canopy, where the whispers of an ancient civilization secrets await discovery. Okay, so I think they kind of decided to move away from the cave and decided to go into the jungle. I don't know where jungle comes from. It's not from the original plots. And there's also a bug on the UI here where the props, okay, I think they're all moving towards some direction. I don't know what they're doing here. Guys, we're in trouble. An ancient temple about to blow. Oh, okay. Hey, what's going on? As you can see, I don't even know what's going on. Like the plot just keeps like developing on their own. Okay. As they escape the temple's explosion, the trio stumbles upon a massive ancient portal hidden beneath the jungle's floor, pulsing with an otherworldly energy. I keep getting amazed by this. Every time you run it, it's sort of different. But we probably have a few bugs in here because number one, the state, like the subtitle is not being updated, and number two, the props. Every single scene, we ask the LLM to generate different set of props, but right now, doesn't look like. Yeah, we have object, massive ancient portal, person, Jack, Tracy, and Indiana. Yeah, those were the original kind of characters that got carried over. But you can see here the object is kind of different from the initial set of object right now. Like it started hallucinate like different objects. But for some reason, the front end UI is not actually updating the new objects along with their coordinates. It's still stuck with the objects from this first scene. So this is what we're gonna fix today. Okay, we're gonna try to fix. So all that said, let me just kind of stop the, or maybe actually just keep it going for one more time because these things are really fun to watch. I just kind of held it. So how is the story developing right now? As Morgan approaches the portal, its energy surges, conjuring a swirling vortex that threatens to engulf them. Nice. Very nice. We just have to, guys, I think we should be careful. I don't know what's on the other side of that portal. I think we should just, just fix the UI and make the whole, in the back end, a lot of things are happening, but it's not actually being shown right now. So let's just go right to fixing the problem, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is going to this props manager file. Oh, I think it kind of failed in here. Let's check real quick what the error is. So the error is, oh, here, there's an error in here. Now, interesting. It talks to a target. Yeah, this is the wrong hallucination. By the way, oh, okay, it talks to Jeremy. Jeremy, help. But for the target is wrong. Okay, it shouldn't have target. Talk doesn't have target. I think we can tolerate more about. Okay, we're gonna fix that later. Action is wrong too, and go to this coordinate. All right, and all right, let's try to fix this. So let's kind of try to figure out why the objects are not updating. Okay, so the reason objects are not updating is maybe they are not being propagated back to the front end. Okay, so the first thing we're going to check, I think I checked this last time, but just to make sure, I think it is propagating all the state back to the front end. It's just that it is not updating. But let me check real quick. Okay. I'm going to open up the WebSocket connection. I'm going to restart this game because this one kind of failed. All right. Open this game. Oh wow, this is a new. Okay, let it run. Oh, sorry, I gotta start over. My bad. Because I didn't open the portal like that developer tooling time. I do need that. Okay. All right. So let's see. First time, like a lot of data gets sort of sent back. I think this one is sending me back the game state, I believe. Yeah, this is the game state. So what I want to see, I want to let it run for a little bit. And then I'm going to see if the new game state is being propagated. Okay, there's another game state. Okay, the game state has props and everything. So we do have game state. But for some reason, it's just not it's not actually being set properly. Do we actually have the logic to okay, I see why, because the game state right now is entirely being set manually. Okay, I see what the problem is. Well, just to not to get into too much details of this, but in order to fix this, we're kind of mixing right now the front end game state is almost the same with the back end game state, but with some differences. The front end game state has some additional properties such as current position, moving, or rolling. These are only front end affairs, but they got mixed up. So both the back and the front end schema both have these properties, which is not very good idea based on from a principle standpoint. So I think what I'm going to do first is to move these front end only state out of the shared game state, and just make it only like kind of isolate the front end kind of state dictionary kind of things. The next thing I'm going to do is then I'm going to use Livestack's built-in facilities to automatically propagate the state from the back end to the front end. It's a two-step approach. Yeah. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let me get started. In order to fundamentally change, because I like to kind of start changing schema, like from schema first. That just gives me a better way of thinking about these things. So I'm going to just start by say, we don't need these in the shared state. We just don't need this. Yeah. In fact, I even made a comment for myself before that says this is front end only. We're not going to do this. Okay. So I anticipate that the backend would not be complaining about this. Let me check real quick. So workflow dot workflow dot live flow dot define. Huh. Can't quite find it. Okay, workflow.com. Okay, it's workflow.conversation. Oh, by the way, this should be really live flow. Live flow.conversation. Because we recently changed our name mostly for marketing purposes because everybody's using workflow, but we're doing live flow. Just to make things slightly more distinguishable. All right, and this I'm gonna change that to live flow. Okay. Next thing is that yeah, this is not complaining. This is fine. But however, I do see that. Oh wait, what's going on here? Oh, live flow. For some reason, autocorrect didn't work very well. So this, I'm going to change the live flow, and this is live flow, and this is live flow. Okay, this is the test case. Fix the test case as well. Now, front end is going to start complaining because it's going to start failing to find these coordinates, which is expected, which is what we want. Now, yeah, we don't need these like moving, rolling, and all this. Just going to get rid of this. Yup. Is this moving, rolling? Yep, we're not going to have this. Instead, we're going to have some kind of unified lookup state in the reactive state memory. What I mean by that is we already have something similar called speech by character, which kind of captures the speech of each person. I'm going to do a new thing called state by prop set state by Okay, we're back. I'm not sure if I kind of lost the window in here. Probably didn't hear me for a very long time. Well, we just gotta keep going. Says connection refused. Interesting. All right. So let me try to play this. Maybe it will just work. Okay. If it doesn't, let me check. What error do I have now? Cannot read property undefined reading data. Oh, I see. So in the beginning, there's no data. So game state could totally be a now. We gotta sort of handle the situation here. Props manager. This could potentially be very now, be totally now actually. Let me think how I should handle this. So in the typing, actually, I should just make it super explicit that this could be undefined. I'll put this could be now, and this could be, oh, I see. So I'll just say if job and game state. Okay, I think there's no escaping of, game state, just give it a question mark. And then here, game state equals state D question mark data. All right, I think that this should be safe enough. It's a little bit awkward, but it should work. All right, this is rendering. Let's see if the game has kicked off. All right, initial state was fed, but nothing happens. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, maybe just I'll give it a little bit of moment to run. Oh, what happened? Maybe this has to do with my internet. Something is not right. I think my internet is kind of fading right now. All right. For whatever reason, I do have feed input here, and it's feeding the input, but for some reason, it's not initializing the job anymore. The job comes from wait, there's nowhere that kind of initialize the job. Huh. So where do I kick off the job?